Welcome back. 2020 in focus. President Trump weighing in on the 2020 Democratic primary candidates last night on Hannity.
I think that, you know, when you look at Joe, I've known Joe over the years. He's not the brightest light bulb in the group, I don't think, but he has a name that they know. He's fading very fast. I think he is fading very, very fast. It looks like he's going to be a thing of the past pretty soon, but he was a hot item for a little while. Well, I don't see either of them. I think she's got a little bit of a nasty wit, but that might be it. And Mayor Pete is not going to make it. I would hope he would. I'm rooting for him, but he's not going to make it.
Joining us right now, former House Speaker, Fox News contributor, author of the new book, the political thriller Collusion, just out by Newt Gingrich. Newt, it's great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Well, it's great to be with you.
Congrats on the new book. First, let's talk about the president's assessment.
Thank you.
Do you agree with what he just said?
Oh, pretty much so. I think the problem that Vice President Biden has is that he has a past. My newsletter today talks about the Kate Smith statue being taken down in Philadelphia from the Flyers arena because out of 3,000 songs she recorded in her career, in 1931 she recorded 2 songs that had what are seen as racist language, and therefore she's no longer acceptable, even though she introduced America to the song God Bless America and became a national icon. Now, he's going to find himself in the Kate Smith statue problem. Anita Hill repudiates his effort to apologize. He has yet to be encountered on the fact that he used to support amendments with Jesse Helms to stop busing for desegregation purposes. You go back, he had a long career. And you deal with the modern left-wing Democrats, they have zero tolerance for anybody who was imperfect. And he is, by definition, going to turn out to be pretty imperfect.
Look, we want to turn to the Russia investigation, Newt. We've got new text messages between former FBI officials Peter Strzok and Lisa Page. They show that the two were discussing using post-election briefings to the Trump team to gain more information on the campaign's dealings with Russia. Senate Homeland Security Committee members urged Attorney General Barr to investigate this matter. Look, Mr. Speaker, we know for the last 2 years, you've heard it here first, that there was no collusion and this whole narrative was a complete lie. Do you think there's going to be accountability here?
I hope so. I have a lot of faith in Attorney General Barr. I think he believes in the rule of law. We had an amazing level of corruption. I think the president's right. It was, in effect, an attempted coup to defeat the duly elected president of the United States on the part of the deep state. And you had FBI bureaucrats who took it upon themselves to try to reverse the results of the election. And I think that clearly had the fingerprints. This will come right back to Joe Biden, by the way, because you had the Attorney General doing things that she should not have been doing. You know, you have to presume that President Obama knew it. And then you ask the question, so did Joe Biden know any of this? I mean, was he in the loop? Was he aware of what's going on? I don't think this is going to go away.
Yeah.
I think now it's going to get worse for the left.
That's a really good point. What did Biden know? Tom, you've written about this, obviously, in Real Clear Politics, and we want to know how high up the ladder this went in the Obama administration, because this strategy to take Trump down was so, I mean, it was just so wide-ranging, from informants to the dossier to the media leak strategy. It's incredible.
It is, and I do think we will get accountability. I do. We may not get it as quickly as we want, but I do think there is going to be accountability. We will find out exactly how this happened. I think Republicans, Lindsey Graham in the Senate in particular, will be able to drive the process to try and uncover as much and get as much transparency. We deserve this transparency. The American people deserve it, especially after what we just went through.
Well, it was 2 years, Newt, of this, collusion, delusion, where the whole country is going on this goose chase because people like, John Brennan, people like Brennan and Clapper are using words like treason and collusion.
Right. Right. I mean, look, I think there are so many people guilty of trying to undermine the U.S. Constitution.
Yeah.
That this has to be thoroughly looked at. But let me also point out that Mueller at some point had to know that there was no collusion.
Yeah, I wonder when he
And
knew
yet
it, that he let the
allowed that
midterm
cloud to
elections
hang
come
over
and
the
go.
president.
Right? He let the midterm elections come and go.
That's right.
Incredible.
That's right.
Newt,
Well,
congrats on
and
the
he
book.
let the
You can
President of the
read
United States.
all about this in Newt's new book,
Thank you.
Collusion. Newt Gingrich, great to see you, sir.
We live in a really nightmare. We live in a really nightmare.